Welcome to Comfort Havoc number 2. We're gonna try this shit again, y'all. Alright, so clear my pockets. So I was emphasizing these little lightweight weapons and your do's and your don'ts and your practices. So we're gonna try this again, because time is not on my side. As always. Alright, so in the other video I emphasized on practicing and respecting your practice weapon as if it was real. Because your practice weapon is a real weapon in the correct hands. Your practice weapon is just a stepping stone. So if you're doing mostly Japanese sword fights, use this. This is a Pt2. It has other names. If you're doing Aikido, you use a kendo stick or a shiite. I'm probably not pronouncing that right because names have changed over the millennium. So, you know your slashes, you know your blocks. You need to understand that in most sword fights, you are rarely going to use your feet. Alright? And the reason why you're really going to use your feet, range. This is pretty much long range. Now, the average katana is about this big, only lighter because it's metal. The wooden weapon builds your arm strength. So, understanding how it works. Now, I'm going to say this, I'm going to piss off some martial artists. In real life, you are not going to do this with either hand. This will help you work your wrist out, though. As you all know, I'm prone to spraining my wrist now for some odd-ass reason. So, you won't get a chance to really do anything that I'm about to do, alright? So, block, 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 kick. 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna do that shit because you have swords. It's gonna be block, 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 strike, 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 strike. You're gonna try to go for the goal. There will be very few situations where a sword and a foot would be engaged in the basically same direction. So someone's coming at you over here, and someone's coming over at you over here. Your sword's here, elbow, unless they have a sword, because then you're gonna be in some trouble. So you want to step in, and then you want to direct this one into this direction so that you can take both of them on at the same time. Because if you're handling this guy, you're probably going to get stabbed by this guy behind you. So yeah, you're going to need to do that. Or, if you have 2 katanas, you'll be able to defect both of them Leonardo style. Alright? But this is a Pt2. It is wooden. If you go up against a real sword, it's more than likely, unless taught by an actual professional swordsman, which I'm not, then you will be able to handle that shit. But most of the time, if it's a real sword against wood, your shit's going to be broken. It's like, so, I mean, there are angles that you can use to block steel with wood. Highly unrecommended, because they can still cut through and cut your shit. So you don't want that to happen. Now, if you're cutting here and you're blocking, that means someone's coming down this way, so you're coming up this way. I'm clearly going to have to make this video up for y'all another day. Let me get through the other shit, then let me apologize and pack this shit up. Alright, so clearly everything just went to hell in a handbasket. Back up, buddy, back up. Alright, so with your chobos, you know, you're going to learn your blocks now and your strikes, and then I'm going to call it a day. Alright, so again, I will have to make this video up to you guys. I apologize profusely. I couldn't film in the house. It's clear I can't film outside. So, you gotta learn your blocks. You have your X block from here. You can push off and beat. You can push off and beat. Back up, back up, back up. You have your side blocks. You have your high and medium, low and medium, and low. You have your high, your medium, and your low. You have the same thing with your legs as options. So, boom, and here, or boom, then here, or boom, and then boom. So again, like I said, I have to make this up to y'all. This video is done. This live stream is done. There's nothing I can really do about the outside noise, but I'm going to go on to the next weapon, and then I'm going to end the video. So we're going to go with the commas, alright? So, again, I just did this in the other video. So the one thing you're not going to do is you're going to strike this, and then do this, and then do that little whirling thing that I just did the last second, you don't want to do that. So blocks, 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 blocks. I'm pissed off, so it's not looking like it should. So block up, block medium with the knee, block up, block medium with the knee. Now you're gonna block in the gash. You're not going to block gash, and then whip it and then gash. As you see, I almost lost the damn thing, which is why you're not gonna do that. So you're gonna block, you're just gonna strike. You're not gonna go block and then whirl it and then strike, because you would be wasting your time, and you would probably lose a hand. So boom, boom, correct. Boom, incorrect. All right? Because 9 times out of 10 in a fight, you're not even gonna get the chance to do anything like that. You're not. Now, if you're making a movie, boom, that's fine. Yeah, because it's a movie. Boom. All right. So it can be done, but again, you probably only want to do the shit in the movies. You don't want to do this shit in real life because you're gonna lose your fucking hand, or you're gonna impale yourself and your blade's gonna get stuck in your arm, which is gonna do neither one of you any good. Well, it's gonna do your enemy good because they're gonna finish your ass off. So boom, boom, correct, boom, not correct. Even though that looked like a smooth transition. Boom. Looks like a smooth transition, which probably means your ass is gonna die. Because real fights don't work like this shit. You're fighting with these damn things, you're gonna have to get in close to your enemy to hook the armor, rip the armor, and then rip the skin. So this, and then this ain't gonna work. This and this will probably work a lot better than this. And now you see why. So let's try it again. Click, click, that's probably gonna work. Click, click, not so much. As you can see, it whirls around. All right, there's a good chance in it whirling around that it can impale your hand. So when you see me practice and you see me do some shit like that, that's just showing off. It's not gonna help you. And if you're gonna train and you're gonna do that, it's fine because you're just training. But remember, sometimes how you train is how you're gonna fight. And you're not gonna get into a fight with commas and go click and then that. That is not a fucking option. Because your speed versus someone else's speed is always gonna be different. You're gonna have to remember that. It's click. It's not gonna be the same. You know, as click, click, click versus click, 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 and then wrap it and it falls out your hand or it cuts your hand the fuck off. So you see why you don't do that. Alright, so remember, X block, strike, strike, X block, strike, strike. Alright? Or block, gash, gash, block, gash, gash. Never block, and that will happen. So never here and there. I even had to let that one go. It actually rotated around without me actually touching it. So you can see it. If you slow it down, you don't want to do that. It's a good chance you can lose a finger. Boom. There. If you look at the video slowly, that there is going to cost you your hand. That there, same thing. Because this thing's going to gouge into your skin, probably rip your skin clean off, because the real commas are sharp. I will never do that with real commas, especially on video, because I'm not trying to go to the hospital or permanently traumatize somebody who's watching this thing. So boom, boom, correct. Boom, boom, correct. Boom, incorrect. Even if it looked as smooth as ice. You drop your weapon in a fight, let it go. Fight with the one you have until you can manage to get to the one you don't. Or until you can take the weapon that your opponent has. Boom, boom, boom. You don't want to do that. Boom, 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 boom. You want to do that. So block, boom, boom. Block, boom, boom. Block, boom, boom. Block, block. Block. That? No. Block. This, yes. Because remember, whirling things to get them in position is okay in practice only. Maybe even in theory. But you know, if you're getting to fight somebody and you gash their shit, you're going to keep going. You're not going to gash them, then whip this bitch around and do that shit. That's not an option. And you see I can't even keep it in my thing. Now maybe you got killer grip. You got killer grip, then you are probably not even listening to me. You're probably laughing in my face. So boom, boom. See how that works? Boom. Now I cut my arm off. Now, in the event that I had time for us, because I'm still trying to buy some, so we'll end it with this. You know, Tompas are probably the safest short-range weapons you have. You don't have to worry about killing anybody. You don't have to worry about being killed. They're not bulletproof, but they're thicker than this. So, you know, boom, boom, those are your blocks. Outside strike, inside strike. Inside strike's not my favorite because there's always a chance you can break a rib. Either side, you might extend. That's a little bit better than coming from here. So here, here, but you're gonna have to get your pattern down because you don't want to do this here, okay? Because you might confuse yourself. See? Now, I'm not gonna say you can't do it. I'm just gonna say you want your pattern straight. Boom. You know, boom. You want to be able to get your shit straight before you actually have to fight. Doesn't get any simpler than that. Having a plan before you go into a fight is always a good idea. But I promise you, when the fight starts, whatever your plan was, throw that shit out because it's not gonna work out when you plan. There's no such thing as a true planned victory. You're just gonna be a product of whose skill level was better and who was not. I'm trying to wave at y'all. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Why is it not working? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the live. And I'm going to make this video up to y'all sometime this week. They're calling for rain. Everybody and their mama that showed up here and pretty much ruined my video. Both of them. So I apologize to y'all for that. And in fact, I will make an apology video on YouTube so you guys can go to Kung Fu Havoc #2 in about like an hour or so, and you guys can see the clusterfuck that is. So thanks for watching. It's been fun. Be seeing you.